Bad news this morning for hundreds of thousands of people in West Virginia whose drinking water was contaminated by a chemical spill. We're now learning that the spill was worse than initially believed.
Just as the water crisis in West Virginia seemed to be easing, an urgent new alert.
New warning tonight for those who are pregnant. You should not be drinking the water.
That warning comes more than 2 days after state officials told thousands of people their water was safe to drink and bathe in again. And it's left pregnant women like 23-year-old Erin Crouch frustrated and frightened.
Just minutes ago, President Obama approved a disaster declaration for West Virginia. 9 counties are dealing with a chemical spill. It contaminated the water supply. Up to 300,000 people are being told not to touch the tap water.
There was a proclamation from Governor Tomblin that said, do not use the water in Charleston.
The chemical began leaking from a hole in a storage tank in the facility behind me. The Department of Environmental Protection is still trying to figure out how that hole got there and exactly how much of the material has leaked out. Some reports have said as much as 5,000 gallons has leaked into the water. Crowds filled stores in West Virginia Thursday night, stocking up on everything from water to ice. Demand for the items so high, shelves were wiped clean.
What the chemical spill taught us is that water is extremely valuable, and we just often take it for granted.
This was not handled well, in my opinion, at multiple levels.
And it was on Twitter. I just checked briefly, and there was a proclamation from Governor Tomblin that said, do not use the water in Charleston.
Water is a prevalent feature in the state of West Virginia, and certainly some of its most remarkable places are its rivers.
This event started on Twitter with Governor Earl Ray Tomlin's initial tweet a little after 5:30 that day, and it became a Twitter event. It became a social media event, and I think it's one of the best examples I've seen of the way social media very quickly engages large numbers of people and can give quick snippets of information, updates to a continuing story in a very effective way.
And I was just looking for more answers, as everybody was, I'm sure, but it was just kind of a panic thing, thinking that the water is out. There is no water. Do not use your water.
And I think it really shows the power of community when it comes to a story like this, because Facebook is in essence an online community, and Twitter in a different sense is also an online community. And these were people all from the same general area, but others who just had an interest in the area, getting information very quickly through a non-traditional sense. And it quickly became clear this was not a boil water advisory. This was something much more serious.
On Twitter during the water crisis, it truly was the 7 stages of grief, because no one knew how to react. And your gut check when the systems that you rely on every day fail is panic, because you have to take care of that basic need first. And I think that with the advent of everyone having a voice to express anything that they want at any time, you get a lot of misinformation with that panic.
Even once the water was turned on, people didn't believe the water was safe. There are some who live in parts of those 9 counties in southern West Virginia who still don't believe their water is safe. They won't drink it, they won't bathe in it, they won't cook with it. They've gone to drilling their own wells or collecting rainwater or buying bottled water. But that's beginning to fade for most.
Seeing the infrastructure come into place basically for emergency water rationing was interesting, not only because no one was prepared for it, but also trying to fathom what it was like to be completely cut off, to not have an appropriate supply of drinking water, or to only have to be able to shower in a public space every couple of days if you're lucky.
Now, moving into the future, there is no question that the value of water will only go up. And that's true everywhere. So everywhere the value of water will continue to go up as we continue to pollute waterways, and as we continue to have increased demand for that water. One of the very unique things about this part of the world, though, is we are one of very few areas in the region that's expected to get more rainfall in a future climate. So regardless of how pessimistic or optimistic you are about climate change, nearly every model suggests that areas to our east, along the eastern seaboard and Washington, D.C. corridor, is expected to get less rainfall, and areas to our west as you move into Ohio and the Great Lakes. Many of those areas are expected to get less rainfall than current, and we are expected to get slightly more. It's questionable about what the timing will be and whether that's actually usable rainfall in the sense of capturing that water for use. But nevertheless, we are not expected to get drier. So as our neighbors and as our major population centers are expected to get drier, their need for our water will go up.